just when we thought we might not get a new farm bill this year, there's breaking news on that front. Plus, U.S. land prices hit record-breaking levels, and a lot more on today's episode of the Arkansas AgCast, which starts right now.
You're listening to the Arkansas AgCast, where we discuss the latest news, trends, and issues impacting Arkansas farmers and ranchers. Our show is brought to you by the Arkansas Farm Bureau Federation and hosted by Jason Brown and John Nickman.
Whew! Got to get back on this old bicycle and ride.
I'm back.
I know
it's been
you
a while.
It has been a while. What you just saw was a perfect intro to this show.
It was. There was no mistakes.
What you didn't see was that was about the 6th time that it took me to get that right.
It's not like you have to admit that.
No, I need to come clean.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Hey. It's been a long week.
We're a day late. We haven't done this since 4th of July, I think.
Nah, surely not. I guess it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But we're here. We're bringing this thing across the finish line.
Yeah, we may not be here every week, but we are here today.
We are here most weeks.
There was no scoffing or anything during your attempts.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
one thing I could say is you could offer someone else to do that intro every once in a while.
You know what? I like that idea.
I'm fine with it, man.
You just step up to the plate.
I just thought that was your thing, so I didn't want to step
Doesn't
on your
have to
feet.
be mine.
I can see it now. It's going to be like this.
Yep.
Let's go.
I don't get to clap. So
Let's record the show. The whole time I'm trying to get through that. He's over there just laughing. And what I like, you know what's worse than when he makes fun of me is when he just stares into the camera like this, waiting on me to do it right.
Yeah.
Because I know that is all sarcasm. That's smart aleckness on his part.
It's a odd position to play here in that situation, really, because you're talking. I don't need to look like a statue. I need to look like I'm like here and paying attention.
At least
the only really thing you can do other than talk and interrupt you is nod your head and smile.
I actually complimented you on that. I was like, I appreciate the encouraging head nod.
So what you're saying is for the viewers who watch the show each week, they need to go back and watch the intro and watch John's face.
That's it.
To see the level of disgust.
If he cracks.
If you don't watch, and
the
you're
level
only
of
listening,
disgust is 100% accurate.
Yeah, you're missing a lot just in that short period of time.
If he looks frustrated, it's because we're on like intro 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's...
Or I'm cold.
Well, sometimes you're just like, can we please get this done? Get out of here.
Yeah, we can get a space heater in here.
It's chilly in here right now. I know that.
Yeah.
But that's all right. It's hot outside. I've not been outside since I got here.
We did have some cool weather last week. You got like in that
last weekend was nice. I mean, it was nice. We got a little bit of relief. I did see today that several counties in the state are under wildfire. Not warning, but watch maybe. But I also at the same time read that there's chances for some storms to come through Monday through Wednesday next week.
Good. Well, for me, I say.
Which will bring the temperatures down, obviously.
And I have been heavily watering my yard.
Yeah.
And I don't have one of those fancy, dancy, turn the button on and let it water your yard rigs. I've got to pull the hose out,
Well,
move the sprinklers every 20, 30 minutes.
do you have one of those tractors?
No, I would like one, though.
I saw one the other. I tell you, if I see one, I think I might gift you.
Yeah,
one
if
of
you
those.
stop around, like
you know what I'm talking about?
A little
I do.
flea market
Okay.
or something.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a few trees I could put it under.
Are they effective?
I don't know.
Because they drive along the hose.
Visually, they're effective.
Oh, visually, they're a 10 out of 10.
But they don't drive.
Sure they do. They move along the hose. What you do is you stretch your hose out all the way, put it in whatever route you want,
Yeah.
and then turn it backwards on where it straddles the hose.
Yeah.
And the pressure, I think, pushes it back down, and the hose acts as its guide,
Huh.
like it's tracked.
I just thought it was a tractor because it looked cool.
Because it looks cool?
I
No,
didn't
I'm
know
pretty
there was
sure
any
they
real other purpose.
kind of like a pivot would do.
Yeah.
Only instead of circular motion, linear.
I much more prefer to imagine you with a little dainty water bucket,
Water in my
Here's
ornamentals.
here's your happy water, little grass.
It'd be more like, I hate doing this.
I thought that's where you were going with it there for a minute. So.
It is that time of year though, man. I'm not looking forward to my next water bill.
Yeah, I'm not. I grew up
every other day
with a father that believed in hard yard work constantly and consistently. I was thoroughly burned out on it, and I'm still burned out on it. So, yeah, I don't look forward to watering the yard or mowing the yard.
Yeah. My dad, he's retired, and I think he amped up his yard game work when he retired.
Yeah, got some time.
Yeah, he loves it though. He's got he's moving his sprinkler all around.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like a hobby for him to do that. So.
I might be overwatering. I don't know.
You know how you tell, don't you? Well, your yard's pretty flat. You're not on a slope
front,
at all.
Yeah. In the back, it can get a little slopey.
Well, it might. Well, yeah. What I always read especially on a hill, is like when the water starts to trickle into the street, you can turn it off because you've gone beyond the saturation point.
Kind of like in a bean field or a cornfield. And once you hit the bottom end of the field, flooding to the road, it's time to turn it off.
Yep. Yeah. So, way to bring it back to relevant to what we're here to talk about.
I like how it dawned on you in the middle of the show. Just
we're agricultural based, right? Not turf, man.
How about that? We're not.
You heard it, folks. John's overwatering.
So
I'm ready for the cool weather.
we talked about being off a few weeks or in and out, I should say. We had O&L episode, very good. You should watch that if you have not, with our keynote speaker from O&L, Carrie Portell. And then we talked about, we had James Mitchell on to talk about cattle markets, and boy, was that informative to me. I mean, some really basic. We haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to bring it back today. Some really basic supply and demand conversation in there.
Yeah, where are those T-shirts, by the way?
Yeah, we need that. But just a really good outlook, and when we can expect to see the cattle market start to bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, like supply
from the supply side.
Yeah.
I think demand is where it needs to be. And we actually talked about demand staying even.
Not going down if supplies go up.
Well, talking about in this where we are in the cattle market, both on the supply and demand side, demand has not increased.
Yeah.
Much like what happened with the egg prices.
Yeah.
Egg prices, we didn't start eating a dozen eggs a day.
True.
It's just a supply dropped. So anyway, he covers that a little bit.
He's top notch. He knows what he's doing.
Good guy too, man. I mean, he's just friendly, and thinks the world of our old friend Jake Cartwright.
Yeah.
He waxed poetically about Jake a little bit too.
Jake was top notch too, or he is top notch. He's just
still with us.
Yeah, still with us, just
here.
not at Farm Bureau.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then we took a week off, so there's a break in there, and then here we are this week, August 8th. Should have recorded this yesterday, but it's busy here at Farm Bureau, and we were not able to. So we're recording today, and you'll be able to listen to it today or watch it if you prefer. I also saw that this week. Now, we're going to talk about crop progress and condition, and I'm going to tell you that zero rice has been harvested, according to USDA.
It's not true.
But we know that that's not true because we have seen several dryers posting their first load of rice to come in this week.
That kind of gives you a thought of how, or a measuring stick of how long it takes real-time information to get to USDA and report it back to us. Right? Interesting thought.
I don't know when their cutoff is for collecting data for, that report is issued at 3 p.m. Central on Mondays.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know if it's like Sunday at noon, Saturday at Friday at 5. I don't know when they stop collecting the data to issue that report. It's perceivable that nobody had harvested an acre of rice on Friday.
It's true.
but started on Monday once the report was out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's perceivable. Not likely, but
a lot of people I've talked to are, anywhere from a week and a half, 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
harvesting rice.
Yeah. Well, I bet by next week we'll have a percentage of harvest to report on.
Yeah, and then I think the same post you and I saw on social media about the first one that turned in. It seemed like the last few years have been in that same area.
Really? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, but then I ended up seeing a couple more that posted too. So,
did you?
I mean, they're not. And actually, that one farm was posted by 2 different dryers.
Oh,
like they're delivering to different points.
One farm might be closer to the other, or one of their fields.
So. Yeah.
Anyway,
so that's exciting. Harvest has begun.
My favorite time of the year.
It appears that we're going to lose 52 minutes of daylight this month.
See, I don't like that.
That makes me really sad.
Yeah, I'm not quite sad about it. I just don't like it.
We may have actually already passed the last 8 p.m. sunset of the year. I can't remember. It's soon if it wasn't this week.
Well, I found myself in bed before 8 the last 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
How about that?
Yeah.
A new baby will do that to you.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. At almost 40, it was a little tougher than when it was when I was at 36.
Listen, you still got a ways to go. You're a young buck, isn't you?
We have no plans for another one, so.
And then this is so random, but if you happen to be listening to this today, August 8th, full moon tonight.
Is it?
They call it the sturgeon moon.
Why is that?
I'm like, Brian, look, I'll give you a fact, but don't start asking follow-up questions. Because I said, hey, look, I told you it's a sturgeon moon. That's what he would say.
I didn't.
That's all you need to know.
There wasn't any intention behind that. I was just curious why it was called a sturgeon moon.
Well, we intruded on him quite a bit on the 4th of July trivia. Mm-hmm. He did not like us kind of wading into his world.
Gatekeeper.
Let me see. Gatekeeper. It appears that they're named after the fish native to the Great Lakes and Lake Champlain. They were readily caught during this time of the year.
Okay.
So this is the full moon that occurs in August.
Okay.
So they just named it the sturgeon moon.
Cool.
Yeah. So there you go. No real meaning.
Now we know.
How to win an election, as we clip through our information here. That is, y'all have heard us talk a lot about it, but that is happening August 26th and 27th here at the Farm Bureau Center in Little Rock. You can register by August 20th, so you've still got, about 2 weeks to register there. If you are thinking of running for office, if you are a campaign manager for someone running for office, if you are married to someone who's running for office, you're eligible to attend this. And there'll be a lot of great information to have. Everything from crafting a campaign theme to building a budget to answering tough questions from the media when and if those come about. I've had the great pleasure of being a part of this class for the 4 years I've been here at Farm Bureau, and it's a really good one.
Is that how you got on the school board?
Yeah, that's it. No, I'm not on the school board, but I did have some PTA president duties. Last night at open house. Yeah,
sorry, I got the two confused.
They're quite different.
One comes with a little bit more power than the other.
Well, one's elected. The other one's kind of told. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. But if I were to run for school board, you know what I'd do?
You go to this?
Take this class.
That's what I would do.
I mean, I'm just saying. And if you want to do that, if you're thinking about running for school board or any other public office, you should call Will Hopkins. He'll get you fixed up.
Yeah, Will's a good one.
What else? You got a couple of things.
Yeah, we got state convention is going to be in December.
Mm-hmm.
I think the 3rd and 4th is a convention and trade show. This year will be the 3rd year of our farmers market.
In Hot Springs.
In Hot Springs at the Hot Springs Convention Center. So we'll have around 40 spaces available for vendors, and those are of the farmers market. Those booths are going to be free to those people that apply and are awarded that space. So we usually have more people apply than we have space for. So we have an application you can sign up on, put in your information. You can probably find that link anywhere on our social media, any other information, our division, email updates, stuff like that. It'll be posted, but the most common place to look would be on Facebook or Instagram. We've had several posts about the farmers market. In the description, there will be a link to register. If you can't find it anywhere, reach out to me, and I'll definitely forward it to you. But yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. We've got 3 sponsors this year for the farmers market. Last 2 years, it had been the Arkansas Grown and Arkansas Made. At the Ag Department this year, we have CAF, which is the Center of Arkansas Farms and Food, up in Northwest Arkansas. Also, the Northwest Arkansas Food Systems. And then we also have the University of Arkansas Local Foods System as well.
Yeah.
So thank you to our sponsors for helping us with that. Because of that sponsorship, we're able to give those spaces out for free. We do have 2 kind of unique rules that we haven't had in the past. So this year, if you're awarded a space for the farmers market, you have to be a Farm Bureau member to accept it. You don't have to be a Farm Bureau member to apply for it, but if you are awarded that space and you still want it, you'll have to buy a Farm Bureau membership.
Yeah.
And that membership's only $40 for the year. Not that much. Pretty cheap compared to other farmers markets or trade shows for that matter.
Yeah.
The other part is in the last few years we've had some issues, not really big, but enough to take some action on it with people just blatantly not showing up. If it was free to them, then it's no skin off their, they don't have to worry about not showing up.
Yeah.
Whatever. So this year there's a refundable $50 deposit.
Okay.
If you're awarded that space. If you don't show up, you don't get your deposit back.
You run a tight ship.
Hey man, we're efficient around here.
I mean,
but there's a lot of effort that goes into this.
There is. You're right.
Like I said, if you do show up, you get your $50 back.
Yeah.
But it's a good opportunity to get your name out there, get your business out there, promote yourself, market your business. We have somewhere around 1,000 people that show up.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
People that show up to the trade show every year. So it's a really good opportunity. And you can
walk in right off the street and
the public's welcome
and shop,
or it has been.
Which we'll talk about that more as we get close.
So
they can reach out to you if they've got questions.
Yeah, if they've got questions, reach out to me. You have until August 29th.
What?
Excuse me?
I was just going to give your cell phone number so people can get in contact with you directly.
You can send me an email at john.mcminn@arfb.com. I'd give you my office phone, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
I don't know mine either, and you'd never get me if you called.
So, you have till August 29th to apply for that.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, I've got a question on this. One of the vendors that we've had, one of my favorites, if I can have favorites, is St. Joseph's.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me can you catch me up?
So St. Joseph's, unfortunately, what was that, 3, 4, 5 months ago? They had a fire in the roof of their building, and they're located in North Little Rock, or we're located in North Little Rock at the, what would you call that?
It was a St. Joseph's orphanage, wasn't it?
Old St. Joseph's orphanage, which was owned by the Catholic Church here in Arkansas. So they had been in the midst of trying to repair that, but they recently just found out that their contract for leasing that building, if I'm right, I may not have the terminology whether it was a lease or not, their occupation of that building was going to end at the end of the year. So they are currently looking for a new place to move to. So when I say move, they have a giant garden, high tunnels. They also have livestock. They have cattle, goats, sheep, you name it.
Harvest Host.
Yep, they also had Harvest Host there.
RV campsite.
Yep, and they host a farmer's market every weekend or every Friday evening too.
Weeknights.
Yeah.
Some.
They also had a nice adult beverage garden. So I don't know if they still have that or not, but yeah, they're needless to say, I'm sure they're a little disappointed that they have to move out. But
that was in North Little Rock. You said, are they wanting to stay there?
They are kind of wanting to stay in North Little Rock area. I don't know what the options are going to be, but if and I would imagine they're still probably looking to lease something. But if there's anybody out there in the area of Central Arkansas, North Little Rock, that might be able to entertain that idea and give them a little leeway or a little advice or maybe even an opportunity, please reach out to me or Sandy DeCourcy is the main contact at St. Joseph Center, and I can definitely put you in contact with her.
That'd be great. We'd like to see them succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. I got one more thing.
Okay.
So you know how we did the NCAA tournament challenge last year? We've done it last 2 years, I think.
Oh, with the basketball?
Yeah, with the basketball. Yeah. So we wanted to continue that for football. And so we are going to start an Arkansas AgCast college football pick'em.
Okay.
We're going to do that for our, just like the NCAA tournament, all of our listeners that want to play can join. You'll be able to find that invite link probably at the description of this podcast. We'll probably post it somewhere on social media.
Okay.
The way this will work is you sign up through that link. You'll join our group. And then every week, I think college football starts last weekend in August, maybe? Or maybe the weekend before?
Yeah, I think that week leading up to Labor Day.
Yeah, I think you're right. So every college football week, you'll have 10 games to pick from. So I don't know how y'all want to play this yet, but do we want to give out prizes every week, every month, at the end of the season? I don't know.
Well, let's talk about that and see what that looks like.
Yeah, but kind of what I was thinking was, whoever has the most total points, you get points for every game you get right every week. Mm-hmm. So just in the basic theory of that, let's just say, for example, at the end of the season, whoever has the most points will win some nice fancy prize from the Arkansas AgCast team.
Okay.
So be looking for that. I'm sure it'll be out pretty soon. So it'll be exciting.
It'll be fun. Another way for folks to get engaged with the show and have fun with us and beat us. We're not good at stuff like this.
Yeah, that's the opportunity for you to join Brian in taking your anger out on the host of this.
Yeah. Well, he tends to do it, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. I'm showing the first games on Saturday the 23rd, but there's got to be some Thursday, I would think. I could be wrong, but it looks like there's 5 games on the 23rd of August. So we'll see. All right. Well, cool. We'll get that in the show description. Will you send that to me?
I will.
I can drop it in there. All right. Well, before we get into the news, let's talk about crop condition a little bit, and we're going to blaze through this. Corn. The corn crop in Arkansas right now is about 69% good to excellent, with 27% of it fair to poor. So doing pretty well there. With rice, we're looking at 69% good to excellent and 26% fair to poor, as we mentioned earlier. No official acres were reported harvested this week in the USDA report, but we do know rice has come out of the field because we've seen proof otherwise with that. With soybeans, about 61% of the crop is good to excellent, holding steady from the last time we reported, which was about a month ago. And then 38% of the soybean crop is fair to poor. So doing okay there too. About 81% of the cotton crop is setting bolls. 71% of the crop is good to excellent. That's pretty good improvement over our last report last month. 29% of the cotton crop is fair to poor. Then looking at peanuts, 78% good to excellent. So good news for our peanut farmers and especially our peanut correspondent out there. And then 22% fair to poor on peanuts. And then sweet potatoes still struggling pretty good with 37% of the crop good to excellent and 63% of the crop fair to poor. Talking about Heath, that just reminded me that he did follow up with us on that Simpsons trivia question the other day. He says he also was not allowed to watch The Simpsons growing up, so he was no help to us, or would have been no help to us, because I think we thought maybe he would have been helpful in that Simpsons trivia. So anyway, there you go.
Well, don't worry, Heath. I was able to watch it, and I didn't really care for it all that much.
I think based on the 4th of July episode, anybody could have guessed that you were able to watch The Simpsons.
Probably so. Probably so.
All right, you want to knock it out?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay. For our first story, go ahead and get into it. Assets are great things to have, right? And there's probably no one asset better to have than land, in possession. Mm-hmm. Compared to others, it's finite, and needless to say, they aren't making any more of it. Our first story reflects that, of course, by a publication through AFBF. Economist Daniel Munch wrote it. And it highlights specifically the record U.S. land prices from USDA's National Agricultural Statistics Services Land Values 2025 Summary Report. That was a mouthful. That report was released on August 1st, so let's go ahead and see what he had to say. So anyways, farmland values across U.S. continued their upward trend in 2025, rising $180 per acre to a record national average of $4,350, which is a 4.3% increase over the previous year. This marks the fifth straight year of growth though the pace is slowing from prior years. Cropland rent rose slightly to $161 per acre, while pastureland rent held steady at $16 per acre. In Arkansas, the average value of value of farm real estate now stands at $3,600 per acre, which is an increase of 4.3% as well from 2024. Cropland in the state averages $3,710 per acre, and pasture rose to $2,700 per acre, both hitting record highs.
My goodness.
Yeah. Regional differences remain stark, with the highest land values concentrated in states like California, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, and that's mainly due to urban proximity as well as specialty crop demand in those areas. Meanwhile, the Midwest and southern states, including Arkansas, continue to offer comparatively affordable land with strong long-term farming potential. The Corn Belt saw more modest growth amid tighter margins and softer commodity prices, while the Northern Plains and Mountain West still report the lowest values due to less productive soils and minimal development pressure. Although land appreciation continues, growth is increasingly policy-driven rather than market-based. Recent gains in value are partly supported by disaster assistance from the 2025 American Relief Act, which allocated $30 billion in aid for natural disasters and crop losses. This federal support has helped bolster land and rent values despite declining commodity prices and persistent input cost pressures. However, this aid is considered temporary, and long-term fundamentals remain uncertain. Now, cash rents showed little movement overall, rising just 0.6% for cropland to $161 per acre nationally. Arkansas saw cropland rent increase slightly to $109 per acre, while pastureland rent remained at $16 per acre. High-cost states like California and Arizona continue to dominate rent prices, driven by irrigation infrastructure and, again, specialty crop values. Still, lease rates in many states, including Arkansas, reflect a cooling market and highlight the risk to farmers who lease significant portions of their land. So lastly, the report underscores a growing divide between land values and farm profitability. Strong land and rent prices supported by government programs and outside investment stand in contrast to weakening commodity prices and tight margins. This dynamic is specifically challenging for beginning farmers and renters who lack land equity. With the next USDA farm income forecast due September 3rd, the data signals that while farmland remains a strong asset, the sector's financial health is increasingly reliant on policy rather than productivity.
Yeah. Did I see Daniel in the office this week?
You did.
I should have stopped him. I thought that was him.
Yep.
But I didn't want to embarrass
myself. He was here for the invasive species committee meeting. Yeah.
We should have said hello. We report so much of his information on the show.
He puts something out like every week. I don't know how he does it.
I know. Probably would have been good to have him on even.
It would have.
I wonder whose department had him in. I don't know.
I didn't know he was going to be here until the day he showed up.
You didn't.
And then I also have other duties called policy development meetings to attend.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't even here for his meeting. I didn't even see him.
Yeah, well.
And I wouldn't let you do that interview. That would be my thing.
Boy.
I mean, just beating up on me
Been
today.
out for a while and comes back salty.
Swinging. Yeah, come on now. All right. Well, listen, we teased this at the top of the show, but after the budget reconciliation process and the so-called one big beautiful bill passage a month ago, we saw the conversation around a new farm bill begin to turn. That included some conversation about whether or not we would ever see a farm bill again. We actually heard some of that commentary at O&L. Well, AgriPulse is reporting this week that the next farm bill is now officially a top priority for congressional agriculture leaders, even while the House remains in recess. House Ag Committee Chair G.T. Thompson says the committee staff will continue working through August on what he's calling Farm Bill 2.0, laying the groundwork for legislative action when Congress reconvenes in September. Thompson says the committee is fully committed to crafting a strong bipartisan farm bill, and that lawmakers are coordinating behind the scenes, even though the House is out of session until fall.
Okay.
On the Democratic side, Representative Angie Craig of Minnesota says she's willing to negotiate and expects GOP and Democratic staff to stay in touch over the recess. Still, she voiced concerns, over trust issues stemming from how the recent reconciliation and recessions package was passed, a process she says may have undermined bipartisan cooperation. The push for a new farm bill allows the passage of a large reconciliation package crafted largely by Republicans. That bill allocated roughly $66 billion to farm programs, but relied heavily on cuts to SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, to pay for it. This is all according to reporting from AgriPulse again. Thompson is now positioning a more traditional farm bill to address programs and provisions left out of the earlier reconciliation package. He estimates the new legislation will require about $8 billion in additional funding over 10 years, covering priority programs like conservation programs, rural broadband, SNAP, eligibility reforms, and hemp regulations. So interesting. Weren't sure that we were going to see I think you and I predicted we would not see a farm bill this year on the last show. And then we started to hear maybe we never have a farm bill again.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden we're back at the top of the priority list. So
we'll see.
That a lot of work's got to be done.
A lot of work. It's a big bill. Well, it's not as big as it was.
Yeah.
Because they did some of that in the reconciliation bill, but I don't see them getting it done before the end of the year. I really don't.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. It'll be a tough.
They've been working on it since 2018,
especially with some shutdown.
Extent. Yeah,
with some shutdown threats looming and things like that. There's a lot of stuff to address.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, let's take a short break here to hear about how you can help cultivate safe roads in Arkansas.
Let's do it.
Arkansas farmers and ranchers work 7 days a week. That means when you hit the road, you may be sharing it with farm equipment, especially if you're traveling along rural roads and county highways. Farm equipment moves slower than our pickup trucks and minivans. They may not have the safety lights and turn signals of our family vehicles either. The trucks and tractors moving down the road need extra room to make turns, cross bridges, and move through intersections too. We all get in a hurry sometimes, but it's important that we all stay safe, no matter if we're headed to buy groceries or grow them. So next time you're cruising past a pasture or field, keep an eye out for farmers. They'll be sure to keep an eye out for you too. If we all work together, we can make sure Arkansas is cultivating safe roads.
All right. We haven't talked about trade in a while, have we?
No, I don't think so.
Well, so I thought we should go ahead and do it and bring attention to U.S. soybeans and China and their relation as far as trade goes.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it looks like things aren't trending, or they are trending in the wrong direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And before I get into this, I'm just going to say there's some names in here I'm going to butcher. So just bear with me. So U.S. soybean export sales for the upcoming 2025-2026 marketing year are off to their slowest start in 2 decades, with just over 3 million metric tons sold as of late July, according to Zanner Ag Hedges' Karen Braun. A key reason is that China, historically the top U.S. soybean buyer, has not purchased any new crop soybeans yet. If China waits much longer, it would mark their latest entry into the U.S. soybean market since at least 1999. This delay introduces significant uncertainty into the usual trade patterns between the two nations. While U.S. and Chinese trade officials recently met to explore improving trade relations, optimism is cautious. U.S. Secretary Scott Bessent That's best as I could do. Suggested that progress was being made, but the broader market remains focused on Brazil, which still has a large amount of soybeans available for export. Brazil's strong position, combined with the sluggish Chinese demand, has already shifted trade flows, and the U.S. may find itself facing increased competition during its peak export season. Demand concerns in China are adding to the pressure as well. According to Reuters reporters Ella Cow and Naveen Thukral.
Yeah, good job.
Record high soybean imports earlier in the year and reduced feed demand have led to high soy meal inventories in China. Crushing plants are struggling with storage constraints, and some have temporarily shut down. Analysts suggest that if current prices remain weak and crushers continue to operate at a loss, China may reduce fourth quarter soybean purchases from the U.S. So to fill needs at lower cost, China has recently turned to Argentina's soy meal, booking several cargoes since June. Reuters reported a 30,000 metric ton purchase in early August, continuing a trend of sourcing cheaper alternatives from South America. The country's willingness to shift suppliers highlights how pricing, tariffs, and stock levels are reshaping purchasing strategies. Long-term, though, China's trade focus appears to be pivoting. Bloomberg reported that China signed a letter of intent to buy roughly $9 million worth of soybeans, corn, and vegetable oil from Argentina. Though not unprecedented, such a large upfront commitment suggests a desire to deepen ties with South American suppliers. With trade tensions and tariffs still influencing decisions, China's diversification away from U.S. agricultural products may be part of a broader strategic shift. So, not good.
No.
For the U.S. market at least.
No, that's right.
Our inventory.
Yeah.
Export markets.
Tough to see that, especially with prices already where they are.
And I'm not surprised to see it. I was kind of hoping that the tariffs really wouldn't play as big of a part as, say, the cheaper products coming from South America. But it is kind of seeming like now it seems like a part of their negotiation tool. It's like, all right, if you're going to raise tariffs, then we'll just go find somewhere else
over here.
Yeah.
Well, to your point with the tariff deal, sometimes what we see is, this market fluctuation or change will happen. It would be temporary, just kind of like a slap on the hand for doing what you're doing. But so it'd be interesting to see if we bounce back from that or if it sort of begins a trend.
The other thing is that the last 2 years we've had record soybean yields in the state of Arkansas, at least. What is the yield going to look like this year? We had all that flooding and stuff. Are we going to end up with even greater surplus at the end of this year? Because that's what's happened in the last 2 years.
Production keeps getting better.
So our demand internationally is dropping, but our inventory or stock here in the country is rising
because we're raising more.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
And what kind of impact that has?
Yeah. Well, listen, I'll wrap us up today with some news for volunteer fire departments across the state. The Arkansas Department of Agriculture is once again supporting the state's rural volunteer fire departments, and applications are now open for wildland fire suppression kits. Thanks to a grant from the U.S. Forest Service, the department plans to distribute 75 suppression kits this year to help boost wildfire response efforts across Arkansas. Since 2014, more than 830 of these kits have been provided, helping frontline responders protect their communities and the natural landscape. State Forester Kyle Cunningham, past guest of this show, says these volunteer departments are essential. Our partnership with rural volunteer fire departments is the foundation of wildfire response in Arkansas. He said, these departments are on the front lines with us, and this program is one of the most important ways we can equip and support them. Their dedication, local knowledge, and quick response are critical to protecting communities, property, and natural resources across the state. Each kit includes essential gear like wildfire-resistant coveralls, wildland gloves, rakes, backpack water pumps, and leaf blowers. Tools designed to help departments act fast and safely when wildfires strike. Departments can apply online now through September 30th. Paper applications are available by request. When reviewing applications, the department considers factors like the district's population, size, and the average number of wildfire responses per year. Selected departments will be notified in November with kits scheduled for delivery in spring of 2026 or sooner, depending on availability. Fire departments with questions can reach out to Catherine Mahan Hooten. You'll also need full details, or you'll also find full details and the application link on the Arkansas Department of Agriculture's website. So there you go. If you run a volunteer fire department or know someone who does, let them know that these are available, especially if wildfires is something that
it's a
you
good
fight
program
in your district. Yeah, pretty cool. So, all right, that wraps us up. Friday afternoon, man. After lunch,
Friday.
My eyelids are getting heavy.
Well, I don't want to kick you while you're down, but it is time for
Stump the Host.
Yeah, I'm just saying I might not perform at my tops.
It's not that he doesn't want to kick us. He just is trying to figure out how hard he wants to kick us.
Yeah, he'd actually like to.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
I'm
if
glad
I
we
was
agree.
going to do it that way, I could just give you a sheet with a bunch of hard names and just ask you to pronounce them all. So
You would get me.
It's a kill. That or some math problems to do live while we're recording.
Yeah.
His
Give
two
me some
favorite
fifth
things.
grade math.
His two favorite things.
you're giving me
No
some great
calculator.
ideas. I want to put a camera back there and put the sheet on the table. And just everybody can watch you do math.
Math on the fly and tough names, tough to pronounce names. Your two favorite things. That's
Spelling would be the next one if you really wanted to
Oh, boy.
to get you.
decap me.
Really?
Okay.
All right.
well,
now we know.
All right. Once again, we got a full board. So
Okay.
you guys can pick anything: entertainment, geography, general, arts, history. Well, I can keep going if you want, but
Kick us off.
History.
history. Of which country did F.W. de Klerk become president in 1989?
F.W. de Klerk,
Correct.
1989.
1989. I was only 3 years old.
That is no excuse.
So
Nor is it relevant.
my familiarity with him would be very minimal.
Oh, I see where you're headed with that now. I thought it was
I'm going to say
history.
de Klerk. I'm going to say Belgium or Amsterdam. Not Amsterdam, Holland.
Oh, so close. Not really.
What was it?
Oh, you're not going to guess?
Oh, I was trying to get out of that.
I know. I noticed.
Germany.
Just a little far to the north. It's
Yeah.
South Africa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That
next
is
category.
about as random as they come.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. What book was the film The 3 Days of the Condor based on?
Never heard of that film.
3 Days of the Condor.
Yeah. Don't know.
I don't know how many times I've watched that, but it can't be any more than 0.
I don't know.
Just go ahead and take a
The
guess.
3 months of the Condor.
Gilligan's Island.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Jason was closer, but it's 6 Days of the Condor. So
Okay. All right.
they must have picked 3 of those days.
Just
center
really
in on.
hone in on it.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to spend 6 days with this bird.
No, I haven't spent a lot
That's
of
the
time.
second
with Condor.
time a condor has come up
Yeah.
in the last 2 episodes,
True.
isn't it?
True.
That's funny.
Clearly, the other 3 days were kind of bland, so they just went with the 3
Yeah.
that mattered.
Lunch,
Probably a lot of
dinner, chores, probably.
setting the scene for the
It's-
Condor.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I
It's
didn't
either
think
that or they
Character
got into it and
development.
they're like, I have no idea how we would do these 3 days, so we are going to skip those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably Monday stuff. Off to work, back home.
They're usually a little
Which
sluggish
happens a
on
lot
those
in
days.
filmmaking, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so-
Next category.
What do you got up there left?
I can give you all of them if you want. So just pick one.
Let's go with general.
Yeah. There you go. Let's try and get ourselves some
I like
sweet
that.
relief here.
Seems like it's
Scandinavian
not going to be any
Scandinavian
If it
aquavit.
starts with Scandinavian,
Yeah.
you know we're not going to get
Are
there.
you going to say Scandinavian aquaculture?
I said Scandinavian aquavit.
Aquavit. Yeah, I know even less about aquavits.
We'll stop talking so you can answer this question.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Scandinavian aquavit. is mainly flavored with what?
Salt.
Look at you just jumping out there.
I want to get it over with.
Yeah, I like it. Make it stop. Please, it's torture. Pepper.
Caraway or dill?
Yep. Dill. Oh.
Sadly, I was more comfortable with the first question than I was in any of the other ones.
Mr. DeClerc.
And I got that one terribly wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Wrong hemisphere.
that was awful.
Just for the record, you got a 0.
Yeah. So. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. I don't think anybody, if it makes you feel better, could have gotten the answer to any of those.
You never know.
That's true. But
I'll agree with you just to make myself feel better.
Okay, good. Well, listen, that wraps up the news for this week. Thanks for following along with the Arkansas AgCast. We're grateful for you taking the time to watch and listen.
Yeah, remember you can catch new episodes of the show every Thursday afternoon. Find video episodes on Facebook and YouTube. Listen to the audio version wherever you listen to podcasts.
And make sure to subscribe and leave us a review when you have a few extra minutes. The Arkansas AgCast is brought to you by the Arkansas Farm Bureau. I'm Jason Brown.
And I'm John McMinn.
And we'll see you next week.